your most famous fight yet against AJ. Was fear present in that moment? This is the first time that you're sitting here as a celebrated champion.
I want to be in the biggest fights in the world and be at the top and hold on to it for as long as possible.
What do you think could stop you?
Nothing. Nothing right now.
Can you talk to us about dealing with pain?
That fight for me was a learning process for me, and, you know, mistakes I made maybe. Pain's not forever, you know, it's just a moment, innit? You never down and you stay down, you just get right back up, get right back in the race, and let me take this call. Yeah, I'm just in it now.
You're currently in camp. Take us into your camp. What does a day look like for you? What is a gladiator lifestyle? This episode is supported by Huel.
Daniel, welcome to High Performance.
Yeah.
Muhammad Ali famously said champions are made far away from the spotlight of the ring. What's the one thing that has made you the fighter that you are today?
Probably discipline and my upbringing, and the way my dad's raised us, really. So I'd say discipline, upbringing, and focus.
So you mentioned your dad there. He's obviously a seminal figure in your life. Tell us, what was it he did in raising you that was so significant?
I think from a young age, he had a vision and a path that he wanted us to go in and follow, and sport was sport, and boxing especially. He was a big boxing fan, and he put me into boxing, and it just kept me focused and gave me a drive and a passion and goals. Definitely think that sport and discipline and old school way of him being an old school guy definitely shaped and molded me.
Go on, explain in more detail, what does being an old school guy that moulded you actually involve?
I think an old school is like, single father, so, you tell it as it is, don't take no shit from nobody, and you can see people a mile off when they're coming with whatever, and for kids and raising us especially was good, I'd say he was very consistent, so we just passed that on, and the drive and the ambition to be champions.
Is there a specific incident you think of when you think back to your childhood, though, where you can recognise how important your dad was for you? So many really. I think in sport, just generally sport, getting in, because we did a lot of things. We did swimming, gymnastics. I did athletics. We did a lot of that. So and we used to train at Crystal Palace. So getting involved in sport and what my dad did, he's a very creative person. He used to sell artwork, and I used to do a lot of drawing and that from a young age. So yeah, just expressing yourself as a human being and all of that was perfect.
What was the importance of the artwork?
I love drawing, and my dad used to sell artwork, African art, all kind of art, African, Hollywood even, all those types of stuff. And I used to draw a lot of it down when I was young, and I was surrounded by it. So, that just, I loved seeing, good artwork and sport and all of that just meshed together well.
See, a lot of people wouldn't draw a parallel between art and boxing,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Why is there a parallel between those two things?
I'd say boxing is artwork. Being a boxer, you're on you have a canvas. The ring is the canvas, and you can be the artist in there. And it's not just all brutality. It's a lot of art, a lot of skill. Like chess, you can make plans and tactics and whatever. And yeah, for me, it's art.
So boxing's often described, isn't it, as chess with gloves on?
Yeah.
What do you think is the key skill then that you were learning as a kid that enables you now to be the heavyweight champion of the world?
What was the key skill? I think just, consistency. The main thing was consistency and working towards a goal and overcoming your challenges, overcoming obstacles, whatever it is, and, believing that you're the best, you're the strongest out there, and just carrying that belief and growing with that belief. And, my dad trained us really hard, really well from a young age. When I was a young kid, I used to do like 3 hours push-ups non-stop. And I was doing a lot of
Sorry.
extreme
3
stuff.
hours push-ups non.
Yeah,
Honestly.
yeah.
At what age?
I'd say about from maybe 10, 12. Yeah.
Okay, we're going to do a bit of role play then. I'm going to be Daniel. You're going to be Daniel's dad. Dad, I don't want to do press-ups for 3 hours.
Nah.
What's the reaction?
It was
from
never
your dad?
really like that for me. I loved it.
Honestly?
To me, yeah. It was like, I saw myself as the strongest kid in the world at that age. So, and then, every time I was in the gym chasing the kids around the ring and then wondering why is this kid punching so hard. And yeah, it's a backstory behind it, but it's worked. And having that militant mindset is, So, keep focused, don't get distracted, really.
So did you ever say, like, Dad, I don't want to do this?
Nah. For me, it was never, this is what I was going to do. This is from a young age. I was homeschooled, so this is what I was going to do. This is my whole focus in life, to become a world champion and make it. And I worked. We followed that path, and my dad's belief and faith in God and everything, it just led us in that direction.
Let me ask you this then. How much of the fact you've made it is down to the work that you did with your dad, and how much actually is down to your faith, whether that's the faith in God, faith in your dad, faith in yourself? What's the balance?
I think it's all of it to combine together, not one more than the other. This combined amount of work and knowing yourself, and just to combine, it's just an unstoppable force, really.
Is that what you feel like?
Yeah.
Honestly?
Yeah.
What do you think could stop you?
Nothing right now. Just need, without sounding arrogant or nothing, it's just, I believe that, I know who I am, where we're coming from. So, I'm not going to let nothing stop me. I'm going to keep going and getting stronger and stronger.
There's a great quote I often think about with boxers from Custamato, Mike Tyson's trainer, that said that fear is a friend of exceptional people.
Yeah.
And what you do, I get the hard work stuff and how faith can be significant for you. But how did you learn to overcome the fear of first going into a boxing ring? Because that can be quite an intimidating place for a young man.
Very. The fear, I think my dad helped me through that bit a lot.
How?
It's just throwing you in the deep end. You got to learn to swim, haven't you?
Tell us about that.
I think from going to the amateur clubs and sparring and then getting disheartened from a bad session, but then coming back the next day and doing a little bit better and a bit better until you're the number one, and you're doing, you're dominating the sparring, and just little battles like that. The small things, you don't have to worry about the big things. The little bits of improvement every day make a big difference.
Your dad's obviously a big character here, right? But none of this happens without you.
Yeah.
So I'm interested in those bad sessions or those bad fights or those difficult early days. You go home, your dad's not in the room, you lay your head on the pillow back in your house. It's been hard. What are you saying to yourself? This podcast is sponsored by Huel, the world's leading complete nutrition brand. And Huel is a perfectly balanced meal. They're ready to drink Black Edition, which I love. This one's chocolate flavour. It contains 26 vitamins and minerals, as well as 35 grams of protein. I love the taste. It leaves me feeling full for ages. It also means that if I need to grab a meal on the go, I can. And I know it's going to leave me satisfied with everything I need from a complete meal. So it saves me time, it saves me money, and it tastes great. If you'd like to get involved, I've got an offer for you. All you need to do is head to Huel.com and use the code HP for 10% off and a free gift for new customers. That's the code HP at Huel.com for 10% off and a free gift.
Self-doubt or none of that was never a problem for me. Just improving, getting better. Because I come from kind of a big family as well, so was competitive at home as well. So, you never down and you stay down. You just get right back up, get right back in the race. And I come from my brother, my sister, they all box. So it's a fight in the family in a way.
So what advice can you offer our audience about overcoming fears, though?
Go and look at any of the great fighters like Mike Tyson and what Custamato used to say, and fear is your friend sometimes, and he starts with a spark, and then you feed the spark, and it becomes, and all of that stuff, and that's really powerful when you're just taking that in and listening to the words properly. That's really powerful, and there's many great examples of how you can use fear and how you can overcome any obstacle.
So let's go to the moments before your most famous fight yet against AJ.
Yeah.
Was fear present in that moment?
No.
How can it not be? You're about to fight in front of 80,000 people against a celebrated heavyweight champion.
Yeah, well, it just wasn't. It wasn't in the equation. My dad set the scene from back home. We used to like playing. He had a little gathering at our house from where we were, and we built up like a little energy, and we took that to the fight. And we was playing the right music, and that really inspired me and lifted me up. And if you can watch the ring walk, and I was on point. It was where I needed to be mentally. So yeah, I'd say just set the scene, and we just took the spirit with us.
So you talk to us a bit more about that. So your dad, got a load of people at your house before the fight?
Had a little party before the fight.
A party before
celebration.
The fight?
Yeah. You go into war sometimes. You can't just be, all scared and like you're gonna go to the gallows. You gotta lift your spirit up, and I think that's what we did.
So who was there, and what were you doing?
Oh, loads of people were there. Loads of people, loads of my dad's old friends and guys my dad knows. So yeah, it just.
What was going on?
Just music, war chants on the way to the ring and on the way to the fight. It was good.
That's so interesting, because I think most people in this situation go, right, now everyone leaves me. Now I have a silent moment. Now I don't want distractions. I want to just get my gloves taped up and I want to get into my own. Do you not have that moment?
Before you're going out there and you're actually getting your stuff wrapped up, but you don't want to overthink things sometimes. Sometimes it's you're thinking too much. You're too slow. You're too late. So you don't want to overthink it.
But take us inside your mind. Like, what kind of messages were you saying to yourself? There's that old saying that a fight can never be won on the walks of the ring, but it can be lost. So what were you saying to yourself in those quiet moments?
I'm not even overthinking it like that. It's not even like that for me. It's like, I've been doing this my whole life, so I'm not going to get too overworked up about it. It's just, it's like walking in a park, or, just don't overthink it. It's, if you like what your guys do, your jobs, you don't overthink it. You just do it. As long as you believe in yourself and you got good support behind you, then it shouldn't be, shouldn't be too much of an ask.
We don't overthink it, right? But we have a plan.
Yeah.
Right? In the same way we've got questions written down here, and you will have a plan.
Yeah, we throw the plan out the window. We get rid of the rule book, man. I don't know.
Were you not walking to the ring going, right, they've told me to do this, and if this happens, do this? And
Nah.
There's no like round one plan.
I don't think like that. I think, there's a round one plan, but I just get it in my head and it stays in my head. It's not even, it's just a muscle memory after a while, isn't it? You just do it. It's just muscle memory, and as long as you practiced it and you've put your heart and soul into it, your body will deliver. And yeah.
Can you talk to us about doing it? What does the perfect punch look like or feel like from your perspective?
Anyone that lands, really. As long as it lands and you've got a good rhythm, I guess, things can happen.
For those that don't know much about boxing, like, how you can demonstrate if you want, but how much of what goes on is more than just your arm and your fist, if that makes sense? How much is this your whole body? Like,
you only have to, look at fighters, and it's like for a proper fighter, you practice day in, day out, so it becomes muscle memory after a while. It becomes like you don't think too hard. You definitely don't think too hard about it. It's just what you practice, you do it.
But you earlier used that description of boxing being like chess with gloves on.
Yeah.
So you have to strategize, you have to change plan.
Yeah.
If something's not working, you need to find an alternative. So how do you go about doing that when you're in the midst of the maelstrom of a fight?
I guess don't lose your composure, first one. Don't lose your composure, and stay switched on at all times, and she can hear my dad's voice shouting at you, then yeah, you won't lose your composure. And definitely don't lose your composure and keep your eyes keep your eyes on him at all times.
Could you hear him shouting at you during the AJ fight?
A little bit. When I'm back in the corner, I hear that.
What was he saying?
And it just livens you up. Just normal stuff like just what I needed to hear.
Which was what?
I can't tell you.
Because
it's personal.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Was there a moment in the AJ fight where you either landed a punch and thought that hurt him, or even that you knew you'd won?
When you're in a fight, you just fight until the fight's done. So I believe I was going to win. I believe, I just believe the gods were on my side that night, and that was a punch from the gods. So, yeah, I delivered that, and they were just on my side, and that was my night.
You land that punch. What are you thinking? What are you feeling? Take us into that
Job
moment.
done. Job done. It's over now, and everything my dad said we were going to do, we've done it. So, yeah.
Thought about your dad?
Yeah.
Straight away?
Of course.
Wow, mate,
Yeah.
your dad is such a presence for you, isn't he?
Of course. If you know the things he's done and the way he's lived his life, and then what he's done for me and my brothers and sisters is amazing. It's amazing.
How much has he sacrificed?
Probably everything for us growing up and raising us and training us and everything. Yeah.
So how do you make that distinction then between him being your dad and being your coach?
I have a coach. He's not my coach like that. When we was younger, he used to train me a lot, but now I always listen because he's you need someone outside of the action that can sit back and observe it properly and see what's going on.
So how does your dad manage that distinction between sort of the personal, being your dad, and the professional of being in your corner or being by your side in the fight game?
Because he's always been there, I think. So it's just natural. It's natural. He's always been there. He's always been behind the scenes. And he doesn't push himself up front, so he lets me get on with it. Doing these interviews and everything and all of that stuff. But
And he was a single parent.
yeah,
So what was the situation with your mum?
I'm not sure. I saw my mum, as well, but
Yeah.
my dad was the main influence in my life.
And can you share with us just one piece of advice or a bit of wisdom your dad has given you that you feel has been incredibly helpful for you?
I don't know. Don't wait. Don't wait in fights. Don't wait.
We'll get straight in there.
Yeah, that's it.
How impatient are you for more?
Never impatient, but I'd want more. I definitely want more from myself and want to maximize it because boxing's not forever. It's a short sort of career. You reach a high and you got to make the most of it. So, I'm ready to go in 100% and go hard.
I suppose the interesting question then is, this is the first time that you're really sitting here as a celebrated champion, as someone who other people are now chasing. So how has your mindset changed? And how do you stay hungry?
No, it hasn't really changed much. I don't feel like I've taken my eye off the ball or now I'm a champion and I'm somebody else. I'm still the same guy. If anything, I've made me more hungry, more determined to hold on to the belt.
And how have you done that? Because one of your predecessors, the famous Joe Louis, had that quote that he said, it's hard to get up and run when you're wearing silk pajamas.
Yeah.
So how do you stay hungry?
When you live a gladiator's life, you're in the gym and, I'm in a circle of people. Outside of that circle, I don't really bother with too much. So when you're in that circle and you know what your job is and you know what you've got to do, I want to be in the biggest fights in the world and, make the right moves, win all my next couple of fights and, be at the top and hold on to it for as long as possible.
I love this idea of a gladiator lifestyle.
Yeah.
So you're currently in camp. Take us into your camp. What does a day look like for you? What is a gladiator lifestyle this far out from a fight?
It's pretty much training for most of the day.
Right. So what time are you up?
I'm up, say, about 8 o'clock. Get ready. Sometimes you go to the gym. Sometimes you just do stretching in the morning. Yeah, it's pretty full on. Stretching. And when you go to the gym, you might do some sparring, bag work, pads. Yeah, all the normal
For
stuff.
how many hours?
Could be like 2-hour, 3-hour sessions twice a day. Yeah.
And nutrition. Talk us through what breakfast, lunch and dinner looks like. So 2025 is well underway, and I bet a lot of you like me have already started to make plans on how this can be the very best year yet. And for me, making it a great year revolves around some investment, but actually investing in myself physically and mentally. So the physical investment has been a sauna that I've just had installed at home, and already I'm absolutely loving it. But the mental investment is making sure that I take time to go travelling with my kids, Flo and Seb and Harriet, my wife, on those kind of memory-making holidays that last a lifetime. But obviously both of those goals centre around needing finance. The good news is though, that's where our new partner XTB comes in. They're dedicated to empowering you on your investment journey, and that's regardless of whether your horizon is short or long term. You can maybe buy stocks and ETFs commission free. You can invest passively with investment plans, open an ISA account, earn up to 4.75% interest on uninvested funds, and loads more. And the good news is it's so easy using their app. So just download the XTB app today or click the link in the description below to start making your money work for you in 2025.
All your protein. I won't go in too much, but
We like these
yeah,
details.
the good
man.
stuff.
These are good for people. Go on,
Yeah,
what does a
yeah.
breakfast look like, for example?
Breakfast. Sometimes just eggs. Sometimes used to be a chicken a day. For yeah,
Why is it no longer a chicken a day? That sounds like
I've grown now, so I don't
you
need
two
that.
chickens a day.
I don't need that no more. Luckily,
So that was to grow to the size you needed to be.
yeah.
How many eggs would you do at breakfast?
As many as there were, really. I'd sometimes eat the whole pack.
I love that.
And what about the mental training? How much
Yeah.
time do you spend doing that?
Do you
I've heard-
imagine in your mind like what's coming?
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I manage. I think about the fight a bit. I think, like I say, I don't overthink it, but I definitely, I do picture out of how I want the fight to go. I see, many different scenarios. I might be in many different situations when it gets rough or when it gets tough. When you have to dig deep in a fight. You go for all of that, and the best way is to be inspiring as well. That helps a lot.
Can you talk to us about dealing with pain? Because I think a lot of people will never get to where you are because they can't take the pain. They can't pay the price.
Yeah.
What does the price look like? What does the pain feel like? And how do you go through it? How do you get through it?
Pain's not forever. It's just a moment, isn't it? It's just tough people last. They go through their pain, and it just makes you stronger. When what don't kill you make you stronger, and that's what I believe that's happened to me. When you go through the pain barrier and the things you don't want to do it, but you still do it anyway, that will make you a tougher gladiator. Make you like iron, make you strong. So
I'm always interested in when you talk about pain. Like, what's the one thing that you hate doing, but you just have to do it?
maybe sometimes when you have to get up and train early and or if something unexpected might happen, they call you to the gym and you didn't expect to go, but you still go, For me, it's not a question of whether I'll do it. It's just, tell me what time and I'll be there. So
How many times do you miss a training session, or how many training sessions have you
none.
pulled
Well,
out?
none when I'm in a fight. None when I'm in
Nothing.
a fight. No.
Can I ask you a difficult question about pain, though, and ask you about the fight with Joe Joyce?
Yeah.
Because it ended up with you taking a knee due to an eye injury, but there was commentators on the night, Carl
Yeah.
Frampton, for example, who suggested that you quit,
Yeah.
that the pain got too intense for you. Like, tell us about that.
Yeah, boxing's full of opinions, so that was never going to get to me. I believe that, that fight for me was a learning process for me. And, mistakes I made maybe before that,
Like what?
I don't know. I feel like, that was in the past. Now I'm a man of the future, so, I'm a different guy.
But I remember once having the good fortune to meet Angelo Dundee, who spoke about that the moment after a fight is actually really important. After a loss, in the dressing room is really important for a fighter,
of course,
because you won. You find
your
out
dressing room's empty and
exactly.
no one's there.
So tell us about that experience, because you run an upward curve and then you suffer a loss like that. You get criticism of people saying you've quit. I'm interested in how you have rebounded from it.
Just knowing reality, I guess, and you know, some people are just there for a ride. You don't, and you know, obviously that's how boxing is. That's how the sport is. The opinions, people are gonna say whatever they want, but as long as you can prove yourself and prove it, you know, not just to people, but prove to yourself that you're better than that. You're not a quitter, and you know, you fight to the end. That's the mindset I've been, you know, carrying from those days anyway.
But tell us, so how did you go about those reflections? Because it must have been painful to reflect on a loss like that. I'm interested on how did you go about the process of learning from it?
I guess it was just rebuilding, I think, because I changed my team after that. So that was good. That was a fresh start. And yeah, you know, we changed the team, changed our training team, changed some of the things I was doing in training. And yeah, I feel like, that was just a part of building myself as a character, as a fighter, and going through that loss. And when you suffer your first loss and not know, you know, you feel like everything's, it's over now, but it isn't. You know, you still got more to give. And I was only 22 at the time, so you know, they may have put me in a bit too early. I might have not been ready for that, but you know, I'm a stronger fighter now.
Are you glad it happened?
Not glad. I would have loved to win, but it's just one of the things that in this sport, in this world, you got to go for it.
And I do want to just ask you about the moment that you had to make the decision to take the knee, because I sit here now listening to you talk, and it's like, obviously you're physically like you're a boxer, but mentally you're probably one of the most bulletproof people we've ever had sit opposite us, right? It's like, it's not about overthinking, it's about just delivering.
Yeah.
So how hard was it to make that decision to go down on one knee?
I guess it was, I don't even think like, what was that? That moment, I guess I was in a lot of pain, you know, getting your eye, you know, fractured and everything, you know. You know, if you had ever been in that situation, then that'll explain it a lot better for you.
And how long had you boxed with that pain?
Yeah, a few rounds before that, I think. A few rounds, and you know, I was, a few rounds. I think I was up on the scorecards as well. So, you know, just one of them things, you know, just one of them things.
What doesn't kill you makes you stronger.
That's right.
But you said that you changed your team after that. So what are the requirements it takes to be a member of Team Dubois now? What are the qualities that you look for?
Let me take this call. Yeah, I'm just in it now. All right.
It's an old school phone.
That's an old school phone.
Why do you have an old school phone?
Because just cut out the bullshit.
Is that
cut
right?
Out all the bullshit, innit? Cut out all the bullshit,
so
man.
No X, no Instagram?
Nah.
No Facebook?
No need for that. It's all distractions.
And is that your phone in camp, or is that your phone all the time?
That's a camp phone.
Is that right?
Love that.
Yeah.
So go back to the question of
what was it?
So you changed your team after that fight, and I'm interested in what are the qualities that you look for to allow somebody to be a member of Team Dubois?
An old mobile phone,
probably. An old school kind of person as well. Someone that you can talk to, and that can take information on board, like, you know, what you want to do in camp and what you want to work on. Because I feel like a lot of coaches out there have a mindset where they're always right, but you need to be flexible in boxing. You know, anything could change. You know, so yeah, anything. You know, a person that's old school, disciplinarian, but also able to talk to and, you know, take your opinion on board.
We're about to do our quickfire questions. Before we do that, how far can you go?
I'm at the top right now, so I think, the next step would be thinking undisputed, I guess.
Do you tell yourself you want to be the greatest?
I want to win all my fights. Yeah, I want to be the greatest. I want to go down as a legend and, you know, be written down in history books forever, you know. I've already think with the AJ fight, that was historic. So, yeah, just go even further.
And you believe you can do it?
100%.
Any doubt at all?
None.
Not 1% of doubt?
None.
So you've fought Usyk before. He is, at the moment, regarded
The GOAT.
as the GOAT. What would you do different next time?
I don't know. I'd get all my corner in the ring and we all jump him. I think that would work.
Good luck in that fight. Right, we've got some quickfire questions for you.
Yeah.
What are the 3 most important behaviours that you think are valuable for high performance?
Ready to make sacrifices. Ready to just train and just put your blinders on, as they say, and just train and, you know, just stay focused, train and eat and sleep properly. Eat and breathe the sport that you do or whatever you do.
Lovely.
We have a habits app on our high performance platform. What's the one habit that you do that makes such a difference to you?
I think it's just my lifestyle. I think lifestyle. So when you're in it, you know, when you're eating, breathing, sleeping, the sport, boxing, that's what's kept us going.
Who are the 3 greatest boxers of all time?
The 3 greatest: Larry Holmes, Mike Tyson. I can't even say all time, but Jack Johnson up there. Yeah.
Who's your boxing hero?
Muhammad Ali, I'd say.
So if you could build your ideal boxer, yeah, which one would you choose for power? Which one would you choose for speed? And which one would you choose for ring craft and nous?
Power. I think Mike Tyson for power.
Speed?
Muhammad Ali. Ring craft. Maybe Sugar Ray Leonard. Yeah.
Nice. What advice would you give to a young Daniel just starting out on this journey? What would you tell him?
Stay off the sweets. Yeah.
think you have.
Stay focused. Stay off the sweets. Yeah. I think what advice I'd give myself, just to love it more and just keep going. You know, keep going. Stay more focused as well.
And finally, Daniel, what's your one golden rule for living a high performance life?
Sacrifice, I think. Sacrifice. Yeah. That's definitely a big, you know, sacrifice, you know. What you feeling and how your emotions don't come first. What comes first is the sport and what you got to do and what you got to do, you know, executing in the ring and in training camp and making sure you're 100% mentally ready to do it.
Thank you so much for your time.
Yeah, perfect.
Good luck, man. Struggling to find the motivation? Try this instead.
Take it professionally, not personally.
Why are we postponing love and community and friendship?
I'm not worried if anyone fails, as long as we are changing things for the good.
To have those kinds of friendships, I think, are absolutely essential to being what we would call a high-performance human being.
Take back control over your happiness. Give the High Performance app a try, then see how you feel.